We're done. Huh? All right. Good afternoon to the members of the press. Good afternoon to the media, and good afternoon to our audience. I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for showing up for this most important part of the concert, which is the press conference. With me here today is the management. I would have the singular honor to introduce them to you. From the far right, we have Yankuba Bojang, alias known as Bricks Boy. He is the ground coordinator and also serving as the manager for affairs that has to do with the Gambia. Next to him is Demba Jalo. His face is very familiar. Anytime we have shows, we all know the roles that he played. Demba served as the manager for international affairs, most especially those in Europe. Next to Demba, I would have to skip that one and I'll come back to him because the day actually belongs to him. Next is Dr. Kadi Singate, Omar Kadi Singate. And Kadi is our financial supervisor and also the one that is responsible for our affairs in America. And my humble self is Ismaila Fadera. I will be in charge of the press and the media as far as the Teria concert is concerned. Um, Without wasting much time, I would have the honor and privilege to introduce the honor of the event, the most talked about event for that matter, who is no other person than ST, the Gambian Green. He is the one behind all this work that we are doing. On that note, we welcome the media and the press as far as this concern is concerned. On that note, I will pass the mic to Demba Jalo, who served as our international manager, to give an opening remarks on behalf of the management. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everybody. Mabel Kontona Malena New. So, like Ismaila already mentioned, the reason why we gathered here today is to talk about the upcoming Teria concert, in which the management team feels it necessary to come and clear some informations or give some answers related to the logistics, preparations, and every other concern that the fans might have or the journalists might have to ask about, so that we can give some clear guidelines related to the show. So the floor is open for every questioning, and then we wish to be able to answer any question that have specifically related to the Teria concert. And thank you everybody for coming.
So just as Demba said, we would have to follow protocols. Any media house who wants to ask question can please state the name and the media house they are representing for the purpose of records. Thank you. Yes.
My name is Mulan, Gambian TV. I would like to acknowledge our respecting time. The previous press conference was which is happening in 9 a.m. thank God this time actually we come up and we appreciate that. And my question to do with security. The past events I've attended at PGI have been a nightmare for most vulnerable, especially women who go outside. We understand that security within the limits of the event has always been the outside of the event has always been an issue. And SP has been known for providing a lot of security professionals that can actually apart from the legal and state crime and what sending military people outside of this area response and it's general. That's something, but then people are very worried about their articles and stuff because they don't get engaged with the market, the harass and all that.
So I'll pass the mic to Demba for that. You know. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Modlang, right? Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And yeah, so like I understand, GCCI is a ground for us also for the first time that we have to hold our show there. So like you said, many things happen with the past events. So the esteem management, we cannot go deeply to understand what was the cause or the reasons why maybe they have some security lapse because every management have their ways of doing their things. But like as the esteem management is concerned, we work with our experience since from the independent stadium, and that means after every event, we make our recaps to find out some information related to what happened and how we can upgrade ourselves. So related to GCCI, the management deems it necessary to make a survey because it's the first time that we perform in there. So we were on the ground, we have a look, we consider some strategic points, locations, and how to comply with the audience, the traffic, and everything was put into consideration. And our security measures is draft based on these protocols. So now coming down to the personnel, like after making the survey, we deem it necessary. What is the amount of numbers we're going in for, and then we engage in the paramilitary, the police intervention units, like always, and also the local securities for the inner core setup. Then the outer core setup is more of the personnel of the law enforcement authorities. And then we also have the police anti-crime unit who are responsible for patrolling to be able to dismantle any organized form of other people trying to group in response to avoid some complications. Though there is never 100% security guaranteed, but we try our best to make sure that the fans who are coming there can come safely and also go back home safely. So, but we also appealing to the fans and the general public because anytime the security personnel start to use power, already security failed. So what we appealing like to avoid other complications is even a form of security. That means when the fans who are coming there for the party and then try to follow the rules and the regulation, that I means like following the barriers, not to avoid promotions and to consider the next brother or sister next to you who is also trying to get inside. I think it will also make the work easier for everybody and also the securities. But like I said, the security is based on the logistics and everything related to the program, and that we considered, and then we try our best to get the amount of personals we need to secure the place. Yeah.
Good. Just out of curiosity, are we expecting 10,000 or 20,000 security partners or just for the entire year? Is approximately 70 or 4,000 security?
Yeah, that would be nice, but I think the number you know yourself, like yeah. But like I say again, we try to upgrade from year to year. So after studying and surveying the ground, knowing the key strategic points that we have to handle, and then the security measures to take place. So I think we have to we have tried to get enough securities to cover these places and these logistic points. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Next question, your name, please. is what's the meaning? So the second question is, what basic agriculture system Gambian use was and why do you use it in area of
Thank you very much for that question. I think it's a very important question. Um, we have been sending this message across, for years. I can say, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. We believe, friendship is the root of everything. Togetherness, oneness, being able to understand each other. As a nation. So we deem it necessary, to release a song that talks about how important friendship is, how we can all connect as friends, and towards positive good. So the song Teria is a local word. It means friendship. Area concert is a concert for friends, all the friends around the world, in the Gambia and outside. Anybody that have friends, everyone is invited, to grace this occasion as friends, to show appreciation to each other. Badi and senior ya and yeah.
Yes, my name is Musa Dere from Grassroots 24. I will answer for a question regarding the area cancer. I've been a kid for you, and I realized that the failure of the area music I've been doing it since 22, but it's just me. Why believe that this one period before we release the area?
Okay, honestly, to tell you the truth, um, the first time I did a freestyle, like you said, it was in 2022 in UK. But then that was just the chorus. I'm an artist. Me, I work with vibe. I could just enter the studio, start some music now, and then tomorrow I come up with another sound, and then I feel like working on this one's more than this right now. So it's more of a feeling thing because for me, music is more of a feel. It's more of a vibe. Sometimes you feel this song is not ready. I need to cook this more. So it doesn't have to be rushed. Tabiro mi alang ka mo niya sa after mo mo kanado maebang. Yeah, yeah. So morning important tajile, So, but honestly, I was just taking my time and making sure everything comes at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Jovis. Gambian Cook. My question is about the
In general,
what is it?
bakulin.
So like this is since before even you understand. So the problem I see most of the time, okay, you know that Pandaje, from Sherry, Bukatia, so we must spoke about the Busia, big problem for whatever you most of it. I told you step it up for the whole thing. And trust me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Got
So
it.
yeah. So thank you very much, Abarakabake. So when it comes to that, ngaminke ngang hakilo tu so jamal la fanan tambita GCCI modula dol ti pruntal. So sol tambita le fanan mili alon ko ngang hakilo tu dole na moli hakilo tu dole ila setopol keta nyamin. So that's one thing. So always bunda to normally problemo kana wato minna ni mol futata bunda fangoto. But nata da bunda se control no kuru ni mol nata bunda to ay free bunda to fangoto. So wolong gold always wala kake gold kuru mol kana futa na bunda to. So niaje fangon ko no gate tickets ngaw commencé nin juna kuru ngaw parking eliminate day because ni wonde o fana ma fan so line wal tin kuru kata ticket o sa. So ngaw eliminate day but still now regardless kunyal mam futa to lafta e futa nyame whereby mo be binale de ke dunno simply but normally min ka okay at the beginning pango doli ka jela ka official ka okay ikaje barial katara jana but with time ikaje aka soron nan fola bango maybe fango baria man soto koteke mole na grupo kenam banda so security wise nimpia ul discussion also do wala la puru intella goal movement pour mol kana futa bundato ni be futa la bundato rek yena rek yeddu so wolen golti bunda fonte ni be futa no bundato rek you supposed to be free there in the sense that hanila fengo jolonta je mo nyanta fule la funo jolonta yani wolen golti but regardless security damate o kelano ndel fanan damata kelano you know if we all have to do this collectively you know, meaning atal min kana to respect mol min kana not necessarily the journalists but the general public coming from your protocols respect from barrier velori nyamin nga security respect ni ko moli batu follow ko si telephone normally ni be at distance ikake nyamin dole ka mol tenkele do mon nden mol buleta puru bunna to kana fu bunna to free follow jandi molena so nim patient dulani waratale mo be kunnale so not sure if I answer your questions. And yes. Okay. So before the media fanang I want to say this is very important for Molialong. Okay, bunda tombe bunda sabal bunda fula le utilize kam bunda ba fula but bunda do fanam bijele mi along ko puru artiso la bunda tolong. So lafta le puru mol be yalon fana natare VIP ticket le sodo ibe dunna no dula tolal puru so but that doesn't necessarily mean that natare ni la friends or le nata o any model but wal man VIP sodo ni VIP sodo isa dunno ni bunda any bunda la anyway so but natare fana VIP le be bulu any modo nata mi yalon ka ta man VIP sodo just to avoid complications maybe we try I tawo bunda dola but the security is going to be very strict at artiso la bulnar because artiso la be duna ninjela aning VIP aning the other executives they all VIP anyway I guess yeah
Yeah, the question is saying the press they do have limited spaces. Okay, that will be talked about right there.
yeah express okay them again
Um, yeah, just yeah, just yeah,
Could you
just
kindly answer
just
this
yeah,
one and then
exactly.
get back to that?
Yeah, so come rek come ka domandil la faje rek wolong kadie min fale wo is clear. So on that part fanang come siloning coming to GCCI ground bring more tata je nga survey inke nga feel like if necessary as a possible no the last Johnson before main gate and the last Johnson and yeah the last Johnson before the main gate and the first Johnson after the main gate ibe close la comme motoltina la comme kasia je fu bunda nyinto so put more finance will put into consideration yeah so ni na press space in nyina womu kule di fana miyalon ko comme amuntol fana na concern leti so what people have to understand music is ate fanan tambitale more than rek pour ka perform so bano lebe stage o kan and equipment so le fanan bije mini alon ko some are channel some are cable don't be borikan in different frequencies la and stuff so it is never like come cameraman o lafta kallo dawoda anyanta kallo to we wish come way keno because albije min albije wala to have good shots and stuff but live band performance need normal DJ setup all long. It's a problem we will solve now within five minutes. Live band performance, aka difficult. It takes time. So walatin come sometimes nalka complication or sort of come studio you can come ka falal kana yin position ota or I'll move them because sometimes Allah equipment so it can correspond with some of the electronic devices from the minute studio you can. So mimbije in kan mbemi wisla this time, we try to allocate spots for camera manual in a way for journalists or the Sony real space so they can get good shots, But sometimes, this is just an advice, based on experience. The problem also from your end, struggle, some of you also have to try and develop based on Allah's skills because it's very difficult to cover a whole show with one camera. So so but if you have like crew members of 2 camera people or 3 do janata do focus artist on them makam do tajana after alla curtains ke alla all shots will be compiled together alla production on it's easy so but ni mo killing ko okay in the 30 minutes tala nga sele stage la left after nga move stage la right later I go in front later back so when 5 people want to do the same action on the stage whilst we also have the performing artists, sometimes complication on yin canale. But still, that doesn't justify it, come we will not work together. So, Mpanamba trial from the management end, may upgrade la nyamen to make a setup to make things easy for everybody. Although financial load line in Yeah.
How it is with the crowd too.
Uh,
Because if we are too close to the crowd, they might snatch your food or they might be pushing you, something like that. I think it's the best time for you to work on that too. Because you don't need to get closer to the crowd too. Yeah, man.
okay.
Yeah, I just want to add on that. Gathering waste content. It's a concern on we, the media teams. Like always, we tell that on your press conferences. We had the press conference. I don't want to mention other things, but I think it needs for us to discuss as stakeholders in the music industry. We talk about it because this is the place where we can talk about it and we discuss. We have one goal for the success of everybody. Most of the time, we need space. Ni monta energy. So even though Nali offer them come, they're gonna give us space. Intel data shooting dula, if you wanna film somewhere else, security man in the middle of people, security man ni staff of kana taja. Understand? Come in the more complaint it's a genuine thing for us to look into. Because ni mole filming stage over when the artist is performing, moving the comma, VIP, they'll go struggle. Maybe like in the future or nearby, once I've given or even Krakow Tema or somewhere else, be the cameraman. And you give a demon fix ladame. For now, I wanna talk to the camera crew right now here. Tell we need to level up our skills, we need to level up our standards. Sometimes I can difficult like come artist so I so organized. You are having a mobile phone. I don't wanna disrespect nobody. Sometimes you can't get a crowd on you, a better cameraman on it. Like 15 to 20, people standing at one place. We are filming, we're distracting people. So we the media teams, we need to level up our skills. This is a job. You can be a level like the way these people need to level up, level. Because if we take our job seriously, I think when we go to events, they will not disrespect us.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Let me follow water. It's fine because if I understand the reason why we are here is Mialonko, it is directly to us, ST management, right? Related to Ntola events. So most of you might have other experiences to other events. Mialonko is different from Alchemy Sotontola. So Ntebe mean address Mialonko, it is related to us directly. Well on like how the atmosphere and the mean create to make sure that aliala satisfaction on yin but nevertheless knowledge general concerns it is related to the general music industry. I think it is very important alkana but from for estilebe event organized can or any other person purungana dawsol clear. You can try to make a form of organizing a press conference, alling musician artists, a general press conference related to expressing your dissatisfaction. What are the standards you can develop to make sure that the future events for Hollywood discussion on Yinkede. But right now, thinking, being handled no right now, walong me and affect directly or mimbal affect and particular so. But a general discussion about a general concern, I guess, and I advise you people to try to organize yourself, and then you write to the different artists, ila management or almiesi, alle general discussion sort of put me in a cool new because all of them aim, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, Pamela, you want to ask?
Yes, I want to ask two questions. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Fatima Jabon from 5PD, Gambian. Actually, my first question is, what inspired you to create your new album, which is Stereo, and how does it differ from your previous work? And the second question,
Oh, it's two now.
yes.
Okay.
So, can I allow you to ask the first?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, it's not an album. It's just a single. I know for the fact that I'm used to launching albums annually. So people expect annual albums. But this year I'm not launching an album. It's just a song. Yeah, it's just a concert actually. Yes, it's just a concert. Hopefully next year there will be an album. Yes.
Okay, the second. Can you tell us more about the themes and also the messages in the TDR
Message.
and the themes?
Yeah, well, I think I said that before. It's all about unity. Because if you hear, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe, at the end of the day, I feel like it all starts with, how we look at each other, how we expect, how we cope with each other, how we understand each other. So everything, is based on friendship. If we all look at each other like we are brothers and sisters, it makes everything work perfectly well. So, that's why the Teria song came out, is to remind people of how important working together is, and how we should put humanity first before anything, and how important it is to cope with each other and to work together as a unit. Unity is strength. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to ask, how prepared are you with your team regard to the ambience? And what is the difference between your last concert and this one?
Well, me and my team have been prepared. We've been prepared. Yeah, yes, yes. We've been waiting for the day for so long, and everyone is excited, that it's here. Personally, I cannot wait to do what I do best on stage. Even though I don't want to break surprises here. We want me to break the surprise here. Yeah, so there will be so many surprises, because we cannot be doing, like, it's different songs from last year was an album. This is a concert. It's gonna be a different entrance. It's gonna be different songs. It's gonna be a different performance, and we're gonna have a live band session and also a semi-live. Everything just comes different, but we will witness that, firsthand on stage. On Saturday. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come first.
I came there.
Okay, wait, it's fine.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate you on the flyer of how the event is going to lay out. It was a massive congratulations, and the layout was very organized. Impressively very nice way personal.
Thank you.
That's a great achievement for you.
Thank
So, and then before I go forward, I don't know if anyone has asked it. And when I was coming, I was watching the live from Julius, where you were highlighting about the media personnel, possibly you can come with three people whereby you can be assistant. One person stands here before all of you be rotated. Sometimes we do suggest that, but it's very obstacle. Like when you go to the collecting of the tax, the organizers will tell you give me the platform maximum of collecting. So let's say, for example, you want to do live streaming or you want to do or you want to conduct backstage interviews. So it has to be half of the video. So the moving around can only be done if the organizers provide more tax for us instead of limiting it only to the person. That's one thing I want to make. And then the second one would be like to Kebama himself. There's a lot of people that are saying like it's a concert for a particular song. But the duration of the song being released and the concert has to close. Why don't you give us the song? Why do you keep it up to this extent instead of releasing it early? I don't know if anyone has asked.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay. First question goes to you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So normally, like, related to the press cards, you might be right one way or the other. Sometimes we have situations where some people will come, they want to have more cards, and then we try to give them maybe two or one, because covering a show, sometimes it's always good to have this conversation about to know exactly what this particular media house is doing. You understand? So because there must be a reason, like to say we need like two camera, two personnel or three based on these responsibilities. But if the media houses, some of them are trying to argue like one have a genuine reason. For example, if I give you three media cards for a particular reason, and then it is confirmed, right? And then the other people also want to have three, but they don't have three people who have to work. One will be just be standing there just because the other media house have three. So this is where the controversy comes. But we will be flexible and be open to people, to media houses who really need three, or who need four, or who need two, or who need one. It depends on their responsibilities and what they're doing. So these things also we have to consider them. So, and on the side of the way we arrange the performance, so that the humble manager Briggs can emphasize on that, as it is all based on our past experiences with the timing of the artist and everything. So he can say a little bit about that. Oh, okay, good. So because like me and Briggs, like we in a management team, but me and Briggs is like we working hand in hand, 100%. So it's like when I'm talking much, so it's like Briggs is also talking. Yeah. So the reason why we try to arrange the artist performance list in the way you highlighted is simply because we do have situations where most of the artists, they would say, I will not go to the show earlier. I will sit until this particular time. So at some time, maybe if the main artists have to come on stage at 2 a.m. and we have like 6 or 7 big artists who arrive on the venue at like let's say 1:30 a.m. So we want to satisfy them to come, but then it is going deep into the timing of the main artist. So this is why we come up with this idea of to say, okay, why not we categorize the timing? This means if you are a performing artist, you see the time duration, like you should perform within 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So if you come at 5 minutes after 12, you are there. The chances that you will perform is very slim if there is a possibility. But then you lost your right to say, I should perform because you are not there during the timing. So this is why every artist who saw the flyer knows if I have to perform, this is the time duration I have to be there. But it is not basically like to say we wanna try to separate who have to come first or second, because even those names on a particular time scale is not guaranteed who is playing before who. So the most important thing is that you know if you there, this is your time to perform. Yeah, this is why we make it like that, you know. Yeah. And Kari wanna make some adjustments.
So regarding the program guide too, this is the first time we are doing that. We never did it before, but in other places, the artists will know exactly where when they are supposed to perform. They will know that, let's say 2:45 is your time. So, for example, when we went to the summer jam in Germany, we were performing 3 p.m. So me and Demba, we were very busy to let them know that it is going to be 3 p.m. We understand that the sun going to be very hot, but that's how they do it here. They give us time, so it's 3 p.m. So the thing is, we want the fans, or you guys, everybody come in there. This is the first time we're doing this. We're not saying that it's going to be perfect or it is the best, but we believe that we are getting closer to how it is done in other parts of the world professionally. So another thing that I wanted to add is some of the artists may see their name on the flyers, but so the flyers we have been working on it, progressively, but unfortunately it leaked mistakenly. So that's why we are forced to push it out real quick. So some artists might see their names on the flyers, but we haven't get in touch with them yet. Some of them, not necessarily we haven't get in touch with them, but we are unable to get them on the phone or any means we are trying to get in touch with them. So this will go out to the artists or the people that is representing them. In case if you see your name on the flyer, even if you're not going to be there because you are supposed to be somewhere else, that's why we want to talk to you before the flyer come out. So we were having difficulty talking to people before the flyer come out. That's why it was leaked first. Then we just are forced to take it out. So some artists may see their name there, and we haven't communicated with them yet. But this is what happened. Some artists probably they have something going on, or they are not even around. But the ones we know that are not around, we don't include. But yeah, this is why the flyer is out before they know that they are supposed to be performing. But we are still going ahead because they all have to know, because this time is different. Every art is time specific. Some are coming 10 to 12, others from 12 to 2, then ST will come on stage. So this is the first time also we are confidently saying we want ST to come on stage, and we want to make sure that that works. So that is on our side to make sure that that happens. So from that part again, ST will take a little break based on the flyer. Then we will have acidic and attack in that interlude. Then ST will come back again and have a collabo songs, and some of his songs that will be semi-live. That it's not a playback, but it's a semi-live. So to all the way to the end of the show.
All right, and just to add on to what the concerns that we are having with the media houses, and anyone who knows this management, we always learn from experience. I'm glad that Demba had made mention of that, because at the end of every event we do sit down and reassess ourselves, what went wrong and where we need to improve on. Always what we always have is, sometimes you give media houses 5 tags, you give them 6 tags. Those tags are being used for them to occupy the VIP sections. This has been a concern for the management. That is why there have always been limited cards to the media houses, because you cannot have a concert, or you have an album launching and you are having a media house requesting for 10 media cards. It is always a difficulty. That is why we try to look at the media house and the type of job that they do. For example, you look at GRTS or you look at iAfrica to come and cover Teria concert for iAfrica TV. Definitely they're gonna show up with 2 cameramen. You cannot give one media tax to iAfrica to come and cover the program. That is the difficulties that we do have. But inshallah, this time, that is why we have created the media groups. The media group is already created, and we have the media houses. The numbers that we have, we're going to treat it according to that. But be rest assured, we will have enough media tax based on the job that you people do, and there will be fair representation when it comes to card distribution.
This goes to the SB. Usually, an individual contract used to, drop SEO. Is the public expected to do this?
Sorry,
As if your contract was supposed to
the
be
day before.
a
The day before.
Usually, not frequently, but usually we used to do this. So
Okay.
is the public, expecting anything from you?
No, not really. The Theria song is the last song before the concert. Yes.
Yeah, my question goes to ST. I'm glad that you've been making this pronouncement of Pan Gambia and you are now living by it in area concern. Should we by any chance see artists that claim that they're not in good terms with you because that are more see the media and say by any chance we will see, let's say, the likes of Bro here come and perform, because even though he claimed he had an issue with you, what you claim for, you don't even having any problem with any Gambian artist. So we see him perform because what area. So that when we say area, as much as we are all Gambians now, we all fit in that gap. So should we by any chance see Bro here perform? If you or your money you will reach out to him, invite him, invite him.
Personally, like I said, before, I'll say it again. It's not just because the media is here and I just want to say stuff that is nice. For real, I do not have any problems with any Gambian artist. That is not what I stand for. I stand for unification, one Gambia, and that's what I preach all the time in my music. So the Teria it's not even about the Teria concert. Every other Gambian, every other ST concert is for Gambian talents. Anyone can perform if you are there at the right time, because we all started from nothing, so we're trying to give the same opportunity to others to have a platform to perform on, so everyone is invited, everybody is a brother and a friend. I do not engage myself into beefs and negativity or any form of you know like I said, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. Ngani killing, wala bit, that's what I am about. So if anybody does not understand me to a level, is that person not understanding? But like our we open our arms for everyone. Yeah.
I mean, my question is now, have you or your management reached out to
Okay, so I'll say it this way. Um, uh, Look, I'll tell them. Did I talk about Broke? I told them. I told them you also reach out to Broke. I told them this just some days ago. And I myself personally told Broke the last time I saw him, I think it was the Antula Solomon. Yeah, until so I saw him. I told him, bro, next week, in a couple of weeks is my concert. You're invited. Like I do not have problems with like anybody you think I have problems with. When I meet them, I'm cool with them. Kabadi aleke. So the rest of the problems is what I see on the media, but not when we see each other. When we see each other, we are brothers. So outside is where you see all that stuff. But anyway, I'm not moved by any stuff. Like I said, everybody is a brother to me. I would rather, or cooperate. Cooperation is a key word for me. I would rather, cooperate with brothers. We work and push each other than try to push each other back, backwards or stuff like that. That's not my thing.
Yeah, so what I want to add is in that case is just because ST talk about it
Yeah.
already, he tell us alkana na bro kila and stuff, but unfortunately then min natake then recently because ST can bro Kenya in Nyoje, but then after kabiri in Nyoje, then we end up seeing some other videos and some other things. So that's right after that's like right after that, so it's a little bit confusing because so covering STO for mole al kananya naka broke fanang contact, but it's like we don't know how receptive, we don't really understand your relay, even though we will want to call them, but we just see some videos or some other things just 2 days ago, 2 3 days ago, like that. So wala tin na man show abe receptive la nyamin. I don't know what we want people to know, regardless. Like last year and year before last year, we struggle. We make attempts to talk to him as an individual, especially because there is one time from actually I was there. Actually, they have a conversation. And in SD, they didn't. He never end up coming. But yeah, we do always make efforts for certain waradol ka mol perspective fanang understand from their ike mira nyamin and ika kuodol for fanang it's just the game, but we don't really keep nothing personal. If waradol mol kata the situation o do kono right now, certain mindset to nearly but force la no to get out of that mindset. But if you get out of that mindset, our hands are open to you. Almost everybody is model with it. Definitely, they are a little bit closer to us, but that doesn't mean that the other people we cannot do things with them or they are not welcome into what we are doing.
like STC, some of these dramas can come more of a content creation or to gain attention or whatsoever. Don't you think that on any level it's still even necessary as a management professional to reach out to him so that more than half of let's say ST maybe a reason why I'm gonna
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's
What reaction to
true.
that?
Ngamra bole foke,
Yes.
we did even last even to me along for imang. I don't want to base this on a person,
Yeah.
but like even a lot of other events, Nemo